was joking.
All right.
Thanks, guys. That was great.
So we were going to review Superman the cartoon.
Yeah.
I think it's episode 1.
It's Ruby Spears. There's a recently released on DVD a version of Superman that like even George didn't even remember existed.
1988.
Superman cartoon only lasted 1 year. I want to comment
Surprise.
the thing that the sort of it came out of the era of the films, and so it has a little bit of continuity with the films. The opening theme resembles the John Williams theme from the movies, and the episode that we all watched, which was the first one, opens up with Superman and Lois Lane flying through the clouds, like a connection to the movie.
Yeah, it's called Destroy the Defendroids.
Okay.
Awesome title. I personally, I also want to point out,
that one.
before we get to whether it's good or bad, I want to point out, written by Marv Wolfman of New Titans fame, and characters designed by Gil Kane, great comic book artist. So,
Okay. Who wants to start this? I gotta do
Jolie?
one of those.
I don't want to start it because I didn't really like it. I
Go ahead.
liked it, but I didn't like it. I liked the animation because it. I don't know. I tend to favor like I don't want to say vintage. It's only 1988, but something that looks a little older as opposed to the new Superman that came out. I can't remember all
the 90s.
the Supermans that whatever that just kind of look glossy and crappy. But I like the look of it. That's about it.
you didn't like the story?
Not really.
Lauren.
I didn't like it at all.
You don't-
Just the only saving grace was that it was so ridiculous. It was funny. My favorite part probably was when Superman dives into the lava from the fake earthquake that Lex Luthor creates to blow up the train track, and he can see through it without even using his X-ray vision, and he finds a piece of the bomb in the lava. And,
It's just lava. I mean,
that, and then maybe what comes second is when the giant robot takes off into space with
Lois
Jimmy
and
and
Jimmy
Lois in his
inside?
chest, and it's just bars, like a jail cell inside this robot's stomach, and they're in outer space, and they're just like,
They could die from exposure.
but they're just like, the only time they suffer any sort of ill effect is they get a bit of a sweat on as the robot's falling back to Earth. through
Okay,
the
so,
atmosphere.
I thought cartoons were made to be enjoyed, not to be scrutinized.
That's where you're wrong.
Well-
what is the show for?
Well, okay, let me just say, I watched this when I was a kid when it came out, and looking back, okay, clearly it was not, well written, but I like the art. The animation was a little bit choppy. I also want to point out there was a lot of the same voiceover artists from the classic 80s cartoons, like.
So that's the saving grace, that they don't have enough people to go around?
Well, maybe, I don't know. But I just gotta say, I love the music. I mean, I like the vibe of the show. And don't forget at the end was that little 5-minute thing about when Clark Kent was a baby, you know what I mean? And
Which was the worst part of it?
Well, I thought it was cute. I don't know. Maybe I just like babies. I don't know. But the thing is, though, is babies.
Does anybody want to help Mike make a baby? Or no?
But anyway,
Not you. Okay.
I recommend it. I think it was.
Okay.
I don't think it was a great show, but I gotta say, like you were talking about the '90s version of Superman, it may not have been as good as that version, but it's more authentic to the real Superman. Like this was Superman. The '90s Superman by Bruce Timm was not the real Superman. Danny.
Wow. Let me.
Thank you.
Actually, thank you. We were here a couple episodes ago talking about Batman, Superman, Public Enemy. Again, Lex Luthor makes these robots to fool the world that once again, Superman is bad, Lex Luthor is good. These robots show up one time and save kids out of a burning building, and they're like, "Get out of town, Superman! We don't need you!"
They also stopped the park robbery.
And okay, listen, seriously.
Hired actors.
Wow, how ridiculous. Besides Clark Kent's, if his cover isn't blown by being in a Winnebago submerged under lava.
Unscathed.
And I don't know if anybody saw it.
Superman took some cushions and wrapped them up in his cape.
He wrapped them up and
tricked
said,
them into thinking it was Clark Kent.
He said, "I think he's gonna be okay." Not
I'm
a
gonna take
scratch
him
on his
home.
face. He's perfect. So,
He's draped under his cape.
yeah, was this bad. My son's 3.5. I said, "Hey, Giuliano, come sit with me on the couch. Sit with Daddy and let's watch Superman." 10 minutes in, he's like, "Dad, I don't like this." And I was like, Me neither, son. Me neither.
Good talk, son. I think, I don't know, man. I mean, if you accept that it's ridiculous, I think it's enjoyable and I recommend it.
Well,
Lauren?
as Danny was saying, like I had a discussion. Maybe some kids would find this entertaining. I don't know because I'm no longer in that mindset. I hope, but I don't find it worthwhile, and I wouldn't want my children to watch it because I don't think there's anything worthwhile about it. Mind you, I also have a bias against the whole Superman Clark Kent thing. It just doesn't do it for me. I think he's too wholesome.
But he looks so much like Christopher Reeves. That was kind of nice. I was like, oh, it's Christopher Reeves in the cartoon, but
And I want to recommend it, but there's so much more in the world beyond good and evil, and it's gone so far beyond that in kids programming, and that I don't want to say we don't need it anymore. There's value, but maybe not that episode.
to the break.
Thank you, Julie, for coming out.
You're welcome.